everybody, I'm here today to tell you how debt actually made me more wealthy. In this video, I'll be going over a personal story and outlining some numbers and telling you how I use the power of my debt to build my wealth. Now, with that being said, let's get right into the video. I'm going to start off by going over some numbers, okay? When I bought my Honda Civic, when I bought my first new car, okay, I had saved up enough money to buy the car, but I chose to finance the car in its entirety. So I had the money to buy the car in its entirety, but I chose to finance it and take on the debt. And I'll tell you exactly why, okay? So I was making an income, okay? I was making an income and I used that income to save money to buy the car. Then I financed it. So I had these pretty high monthly payments, okay? So I know what you're thinking. Why would you pay interest on a financing plan when you had the money in your bank account? It's not the best idea, but it is if you use this mentality. I used it to build my wealth. So I had my basic income. And I knew I had these monthly payments. Let's say that my basic income, just for the sake of argument, was $80,000 a year. And let's say that my monthly payments for the car were about $500 a month, okay? I knew that I had to pay about $6,000 a year in car payments. $500 a month times 12 months in a year is $6,000 a year. So I knew that in order to break even, in order to make this debt wealth mentality work for me, I had to generate an additional $6,000 a year. Now I could easily go out and do pretty much anything to generate an extra $500 a month or $6,000 a year. I could do anything to generate some additional hourly income. I could go and take on a part-time job. I could go and do practically anything to generate some additional money and additional funds. But what I chose to do was a little bit of a different route. I chose to take a different route to create a different plan. I wanted to build passive income. So I built these online assets that were generating passive income. There are many things that I built online, and there are many things that you can build online. I'm not going to tell you, what to do to generate passive income, because you can find that out for yourself. I learned everything online for free from doing searches on the internet and, watching tutorials and so forth. And you can do the same thing. So I'm not going to make this about the ways to build passive income. I'm making this about the ways to use your debt to build your wealth and build your passive income. So what I did was, I built these online assets, and eventually I built them to be generating $500 a month. So these online assets were generating $500 a month for me in passive income, okay? Now, once again, these are just some rough numbers, some hypothetical numbers. I'm not going over exact figures. I'm just using rough numbers to make it easier to understand and easier to calculate in your mind. These online assets were now generating $500 a month for me in passive income. So that means that my passive income is now paying off my car, my financing plan of my car, okay? Now, once the car was paid off, those online assets were still generating passive income. So even once the car had been paid off, those online assets were still generating that $500 a month. That means that I was making $6,000 more a year in passive income, all because I financed this car, all because I took on that debt with that type of mentality. Okay? Now, debt isn't always a good thing, don't get me wrong. But if you can use your debt to build wealth, then it can be a fantastic thing. So instead of, if you have the money to buy something, okay, instead of just going out and buying it, think, if I can finance it and take on a little bit of additional debt that I can afford, will I do something to make up for that debt? And the easiest route is to actually just go and earn, take on a part-time job or take on another job and earn some hourly income, earn more of a salary, sort of a working salary, to actually pay that item off, and that's fantastic too. But if you can build passive income to pay off that debt, then even once the debt has been paid off, guess what? That passive income will probably still exist if you build evergreen passive income. And the cool thing is, I've done this with many other things. So when I had to go and buy some electronics, I actually took the money as a loan and I financed the loan for the electronics, and I worked hard to build passive income to pay off that monthly amount of that loan for the electronics. Furniture for your house. You can repeat the same thing with furniture for your house. Figure out a payment plan. A lot of furniture retailers will have a payment plan that you can use to pay off the furniture over a year or 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. And if you focus on building passive income to pay off that monthly amount, and even once your furniture is paid off, you're still generating that money. And if you do this with multiple things, so let's say you do it with your car, you do it with your new laptop, with your new camera, with your furniture, and so forth. If you do this, then once you've paid those things off, we're not talking about $500 a month, we're talking about $5,000 a month in passive income. If you continue building your passive income to pay those things off for those payments, you'll have built up this awesome passive income stream. And the cool thing about it is that, you can do without debt. You can build up passive income without debt. But there is no better motivator than having debt, having something to pay off, because you're going to be able to work those extra hours, put in that extra effort to make sure that you're building that passive income effectively to pay off that debt and that monthly loan or monthly payment amount. And that's basically it. In this video, I have told you how I have used my debt to actually build my wealth. And once again, I've sort of built passive income to pay off the debt. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.